what's my short list of things that I should really do when I'm signing with the GC and when I'm working on a project as a sub? And then we'll go by GC and homeowner.
So it's interesting, and it's a good question. So as a sub, a lot of times you get kind of, here's the GC contract. Do you want to take it or leave it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the general contractor, if they're big enough and if this is a big enough project, they're doing what's called putting out bids, right? And so they say, okay, we need windows. We're going to go to 4 or 5 subs that do windows and say, how much are you going to charge? And then they say whatever number they say, and then they say, here's my contract. Sign it. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to read that contract. So I think that's one of the biggest points for the subcontractor. And to Aubrey's point, I mean, there's this concept called release of lien. And typically that is used when the sub has been paid in full for their work. They will then sign a document that says, okay, I've been paid in full. I'm agreeing that I won't file a mechanics lien on this property.
Okay.
That's the reasonable and normal way to use it. However, that gets abused. People say, sign this contract and sign this release of lien before you've performed any work on this thing, or, you know, before you've been paid a penny. And so subcontractors a lot of times don't know these things, and they're usually, again, smaller mom and pop, small business.
Sure.
And if they push back on this, a lot of times general contractor will say, okay, fine. Sometimes general contractor will say, okay, I'm going to deal with somebody else then
Right.
that's going to sign my agreement.